Okay, students, in the last video, we discussed what is an Arrhenius theory and what all are the limitations of the Arrhenius theory. So, in order to overcome these limitations, Bronsted and Lowry was proposed in another concepts called Bronsted-Lowry concepts of acids and bases. So, what is the Bronsted-Lowry concepts of acids and bases? According to them, or they propose that acids and bases can be defined in terms of their ability to transfer the protons. So they considered the ability to transfer protons as a major concept. According to them, an acid is a substance. That substance may be an ion or a molecule that can transfer protons to another substance. So acid is a substance that can transfer the protons in it to the another substance. So that substance is called an acid. Here you can see how the proton is transferred to the another substance. So an example is given here. Here HCl is taken here, and this is a acid and this is a base. The base means HOH. Here the HCl is donating a proton or transferring a proton H plus to the H2O. Then it soon changes into H3O plus and giving as a Cl minus. According to Lowry and Bronsted, acid is a substance that donates a proton into the another substance. Therefore, we can say that HCl is a substance that is an acid. According to them, what is a base means? A base is a substance that can accept a proton or accept a proton. Here you can see the example here. Here it is a water and this is a NH3. So NH3 is taking a proton from water. So that is NH, it changes into NH4 plus plus OH minus. So here the NH3 is a base. It can accept a proton from the other substance that is called a base. Here the NH3 is changes into NH4 plus plus OH minus. And this definition explains how substances like ammonia can act as a base. Here this NH3 reacted with the water, you are getting the NH4 plus plus OH minus. Here one another example, or that example is shown in another manner. Here this is a NH3 plus water. Here the proton is taken, the NH3 is taken proton or accepted the proton from another substance. Therefore that substance which accepted the proton from another substance is called a base. Here NH3 is a base and it converts as it accepts a proton, it changes into NH4 plus and OH minus. So we can consider or we can conclude that according to Bronsted-Lowry concept, an acid is a proton donor. It donates a proton to other substance. So it is called a proton donor, and a base is a proton acceptor. It takes a proton from another substance. Some example is given here: HCl plus water giving H3O plus plus Cl minus, and NH3 plus water gives NH4 plus plus OH minus. And the representation of both this equation is already given in the above. An acid and a base always work together to transfer a proton. In other words, we can say that a substance can function as an acid only if another substance simultaneously behave as a base. If a substance behave as an acid, simultaneously what will happen? Simultaneously the other substance will behave as a base, and that concept can be considered as a conjugate acid base pair. Here this is an acid 1 and this is base 2. And here acid means what? Acid means the acid 1 is changes into base 1, that is a conjugate base, and this is a base 2 means as it changes, it converted into an acid, that is a conjugate acid. So from an acid and a base, acids accept and donate a proton. It's so an acid is changes into a base and bases changes into an acid, and the formed acid and bases are called the conjugate acid and base pairs. What is a conjugate base means? A base that is produced after giving an H plus or donating H plus is called a conjugate base. Now what is an acid? Conjugate acid means an acid produced after taking an H plus or accepting a proton by a base is called a conjugate acid. You can see this is an acid and this is a base. So here acid, here this acid is giving a proton. As it gives a proton, it soon changes into A minus. Here you can see AH. So here the AH can gives a proton. So this is an acid. So acid gives a proton or it is a donated proton. Then what will form from that? It forms an A minus, that is a conjugate base. And this is a base. What means base? Base means it accepts a proton. So this is a substance which accepts a proton from this acid AH. Therefore, the corresponding thing is that BH plus, and the corresponding, as the B changes into BH plus, it is called the conjugate acid. So this is the concept of conjugate acid base pairs, and here you can see how it is shown. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus plus Cl minus. Here this HCl changes into H plus and Cl minus, and this H is taken to, or H is given to, donated to the H2O, and it changes into H3O plus. H3O plus plus Cl minus. So this is a conjugate acid, and the Cl minus is a conjugate base. So H2 is a base and H3O plus is a conjugate acid. Some other examples are also given here. H2SO4 plus H2O gives HSO4 minus plus H3O plus. Here H2SO4 is an acid and its corresponding conjugate base is HSO4 minus, and H3O plus is a base and its corresponding acid is H2O. Okay. Similarly, other combination is also given here as HCl plus NH3 giving Cl minus plus NH4 plus. The combinations of a conjugate acid base pairs are HCl and Cl minus, NH4 plus and NH4 plus and NH3. And the other example, NH3 plus H2O gives NH4 plus plus OH minus. The conjugate acid base pairs are H2O plus OH minus and NH4 plus and NH3. So what is a conjugate acid base pairs? Acid and bases are acids and bases that are related by loss or gain of H plus as H3O plus. As its gains, it is called H3O plus, and its losses, it is the H2O. So an example is given here, acid. If the acid is H3O plus, then what will be the base? If it donates a proton, then it changes into H2O. Here HC2H3O2. This is an acid. As it donates a proton, it will get changes into a base. So as it donated a proton, it can shown as C2H3O2 minus. Then acid is NH4 plus. If it donates a proton, then it changes into NH3, that is a base. And H2SO4 and HSO4 minus, HSO4 minus and SO4 2 minus. So that is all about what is a conjugate acid base pairs. For a strong acid, the conjugate base will be weak. For a strong base, the conjugate acid will be the corresponding. If the base is strong, then the conjugate acid will be weak. The next concept is the amphoteric substance. What does an amphoteric means? Some substance that can act as an acid in one reaction and as a base in another reaction. Amphoteric substance means a substance that can act as an acid and a base. Such substances are called the amphoteric substance. For an example, water as a Bronsted-Lowry base in its reaction with HCl and Bronsted-Lowry acids in the reaction with the NH3. That is, water can act as both the acids and bases. Therefore, we can call that those substances are called amphoteric. So, according to Bronsted, HCl plus water. Here, the H2O is taken a proton from the HCl. Therefore, H2O is acted as a base. But as the water is reacted with NH3, what will happen? To the NH3, H plus is given, or H plus H2O as donates in H plus, or donated and H plus to the NH3. Therefore, the water will behave as an acid. So from this from this two diagram, you can understand that water can behave as a base by accepting a proton, and water can behave as a acid when it donates a proton. So what does a Bronsted acid means? According to Bronsted acid, a molecule or ion must have a hydrogen atom that it can lose as H plus ion. Here in this H2O, the H is lost as an H plus ion. Therefore, we can say that water as an acid. What is a Bronsted base means? According to Bronsted base, the Bronsted base, a molecule or ion must have a non-bonding pair of electrons that it can use to bind the H plus. Base means a substance that consisting a electron, or water has a non-bonded electron pairs in it. That is called the Bronsted base. Some examples given here. The common example is given here. Here the HCl plus water gives H3O plus plus HCl minus. Here this is an HCl is an acid. So it donates a proton to the H2O. Therefore it changes into H3O plus and Cl minus. For HCl is an acid. Therefore Cl minus is a conjugate base. Here H2O is a base, therefore H3O plus is a conjugate acid. Then another example, the water is treated with the HCl, and the other case water is treated with the NH3. In the two cases they are reacted with the water. Here the water, as the water is reacted with HCl, we know that if the water is reacted with HCl, the water will behave as a base. But when water is treated with the NH3, the water gives NH plus to the NH3. Therefore, the water can behave as an acid and the ammonia can behave as a base. So, with the NH3, it changes into NH4 plus OH minus. Therefore, the water can behave as an amphoteric substance. Therefore, with HCl, it behaves as a base, and with NH3, it behaves as an acid. So, next example. So, water is one of the example for the amphoteric substance. So, the next example for amphoteric substance is the bicarbonate ion, or otherwise called HCO3 minus. If HCO3 minus is reacted with the, or it treated with HCl, what will happen? The HCl will give a proton to the HCO3 minus and to forming H2CO3 plus Cl minus. But the HCO3 minus when treated with the NH3, what will happen? The HCO3 minus will donate an H plus to the NH3. Therefore, it changes into NH4 plus CO3 2 minus. Therefore, we can say that as the HCO3 minus or the bicarbonate ion when reacted with the HCl, it behaves as a base, and if it is reacted with the NH3, then we can say that HCO3 minus is behaving as an acid. Therefore, it is called a amphoteric substance. So, these two examples are very important, which it is very important for your exam too. Then next, even though Bronsted-Lowry concept is explained well, there are certain limitations also. So here it is shown certain limitations of Bronsted-Lowry concept. It cannot explain the reaction between acidic oxide like CO2, SO2, SO3 and basic oxide like calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, barium oxide, etc., which take place even in absence of the solvent. Substances like BF3, AlCl3, etc. behave as an acid, but they do not have protons to loss or donate. It could not explain the acidic and basic nature of compounds having no tendency to loss or gain H plus ion. So it is very important, and it could not explain the basic nature of compounds having OH minus ion. Examples are NaOH, calcium hydroxide and KOH, etc. So these are the limitations which is faced by the by Bronsted-Lowry concept, and next is shown the advantages of Bronsted-Lowry concept. Even though this concept has a certain very limitations, it has certain advantages too. The advantages are it is not limited to molecule but even the ionic species to act as an acid or basis. Then it does not require aqueous media to explain acidic or basic. Then it can explain the basic nature of ions or molecules having no OH minus ions. That is the third thing. So that is all about the Bronsted-Lowry concept. I think it's clear for you. If you have any doubt, you can contact.